Hi, my name is Greg Friedman. I am the Director of the International Admissions Office at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. So in my role, I oversee a team of admission counselors all around the world who help our international students apply to all of the various programs at MCPHS. Yeah, so it's a really good time now to be in the field of pharmacy. I think, coming out of the global pandemic, a lot of people really all around the world realized that there was such a huge need for people in a variety of healthcare positions, including in the field of pharmacy. But, even forgetting about the pandemic for a moment, if you just look at the global demographics, people are living much longer than they ever used to, and the older that people get, generally speaking, the more medication needs they have, and that's really leading to an increased demand for pharmacists. Beyond that, the role of the pharmacist is also expanding greatly here in North America and around the world as well, to move from a position where it was maybe historically more about dispensing of medication to a lot more well-rounded type of advising services as well, advising patients on medication needs, when to start and stop medications, how to supplement, side effects, overall wellness checks, and a variety of other things. And we're also seeing at MCPHS that students are not only going into clinical pharmacy roles, but they're going into a wide variety of industry type positions as well in research and industry and academia. So it's a really wonderful time, I think, to be in the field of pharmacy. Yeah, it absolutely is feasible for international students to be hired as pharmacists in the United States. We see every single year, we see a wide number of our students successful. Some of them are working in clinical pharmacy positions, either in retail pharmacies, like, for example, CVS or Walgreens here locally in Massachusetts. Many of them are working in hospital pharmacy. But as I mentioned earlier, we see students, with pharmacy degrees working in a wide variety of other positions, not just clinical pharmacy. So we have a number of our international students who have gone on to do jobs within the National Institute of Health, within private pharmaceutical companies like Moderna or Biogen, Pfizer, Novartis, etc., you name it. So I could never tell students that it's extremely easy or that 100% of students are able to do that, but we do see a very high success rate at MCPHS, I think due to the history of our school and the high quality of education that we have. So yes, it absolutely is possible, and as long as students really work hard, take advantage of the connections and the relationships that they're able to build here at MCPHS, there really are possibilities for them to get jobs after graduation. So, first of all, MCPHS, as I think many people might know, is the second oldest school of pharmacy in the entire United States and the largest pharmacy program in the United States. Aside from that, I think there are really a lot of huge advantages to our program. I'll start certainly with our location. So, being in Boston, in the heart of the world-renowned Longwood medical and academic area, really offers our students an unmatched opportunity to be able to do clinical rotations and internships and other sort of hands-on learning opportunities that really they're not going to find at most of the places around the country, simply because we are located in the largest medical center of the United States. Aside from that, though, some recent developments to our program include that our 6-year Doctor of Pharmacy degree program also now includes a bachelor's degree in pharmacy and life sciences. So students are actually able to get 2 degrees within the 6-year time frame, where they get the bachelor's degree after their 4th year, along with the doctorate degree after their 6th year. By doing this, that also enables the pharmacy program to be STEM designated, which means that for international students, they may be eligible to apply for up to 3 years worth of OPT, optional practical training, for them to stay and work in the United States. And probably one last small benefit that I would mention as well, while all students have the opportunity to get 2 degrees, both the bachelor's and the doctorate, there also is an option for a triple degree, where a student can add on a master's degree in either clinical research or regulatory affairs and health policy, along with maybe a couple of other degree options. So for really, really motivated students who want to be able to cram in 3 degrees into that 6-year period, that also is possible. So MCPHS has quite a few international students. We actually have more than 1,000 international students from over 100 different countries now. So we really pride ourselves in not only having a large number of international students, but being able to provide services for them to make sure that they are acclimating very well when they come here from another country. So a couple of the things that I always like to highlight are our Early Start program. So this is a program for first-year students coming out of high school to be able to move in and come to campus about 2 full weeks earlier than most other students, for them to not only get over the jet lag and acculturation a little bit earlier, but to start to take some classes where they learn all about the U.S. healthcare system, they learn all about the American classroom environment and study habits, start to get familiar with some of the English language terminology that they're going to need to use in the classroom. So a very, very useful program for students to help them get adjusted. We also have an English language resource center. So for any student whose native language is not English, of course, oftentimes part of the struggle in moving to an English-speaking environment is the language comprehension ability. So we have an entire English language resource center for students to get extra help. If they need tutoring, if they need somebody to edit a paper, if they just need somebody to take a look at some of their work, or even if they need something a little bit more structured and formal, like joining our academic bridge program, we've got a wide variety of those services available. And I guess lastly, I would say, of course, is our Center for Academic Support and Enrichment, which we call the CASE, C-A-S-E. And the CASE is really where we have an opportunity for our students to get any other sort of hands-on tutoring or assistance that they might need outside of just the English language assistance. So if they may need a biology tutor or a math tutor or help with a research paper, they have the opportunity to get that either through a peer, so another student who has taken the class that they are taking and has gotten at least an A- or better in that class, or they can get professional tutoring from their mentor or academic coach as well. And those are just a few things. I know there are quite a bit more. Of course, there are our student organizations, for example, the Korean Student Organization, which is a very involved student group on campus to help other fellow Korean students, and many other organizations around campus as well. Yeah, I hope that you guys will consider applying to pharmacy or a related healthcare program in the United States. As I mentioned before, it's a really good time to be in the field when you're talking about career outlook. What I would really recommend is when you are applying to schools, do a deep dive into each of the schools that you're looking to apply to. Go much more beyond the surface level. I know sometimes it's easy to just look at the ranking or just to look at the website and look at statistics on the internet. Schools are much more than just statistics on a website. I really encourage you to get familiar with the area around each school. Are you going to be in a city? Are you going to be in a rural area? What type of hospitals, what type of pharmaceutical companies are in the area? Because if you're going to be in the field of pharmacy or in healthcare, these are clinical-based programs. Very different from a student who may be studying, business or psychology or art or something like that, where maybe your internships or clinical opportunities are not quite as important. But if you do want to be a successful pharmacist or a nurse or doctor or dentist, you have to do hands-on learning through clinical rotations and internships. And so make sure that the areas surrounding each school that you apply to have sufficient opportunities for that. Talk to current students as well. That's always one of the best ways to get to know the school, is talk to fellow students. If you contact people like me in the admissions office, we're always able to answer the vast majority of your questions, but we're also happy to connect you with current students as well. And sometimes that's an even better way to get to know the school. I can tell you factual information, but I probably not the best person to tell you what's it like as a Korean student moving from South Korea to Boston for the first time. Where do you find the best Korean food? Things along those lines that our students are much better equipped to answer. So those are the things that I would generally recommend. But as always, when you are going through the application process, I would encourage you to reach out to us, and we're very happy to set up an opportunity to chat one-on-one and learn more about your interests and answer any questions that you and your family might have.